Training for the one-arm chin-up is one of the best goals you could have as a real natural. And once you achieve it, man, your physique will improve like crazy, because it's not just the end result, it's the journey. Because I know some guys are going to say, well, Alex, this is unrealistic. Is it not? How many guys of your audience will be able to pull this off? My answer will be, not many, maybe 5% of you, but does that really matter? No, it doesn't matter, because it's the training that I'm talking about. Just like I can say you can train for a 315 bench, maybe you won't get it, you'll end up with 250, 275, but if the programming itself is specific and effective, it doesn't matter if you succeed or not, is that you are optimizing the process. So let me say that on the way of getting a one-arm chin-up, and obviously that is the goal, but on the way, your biceps are going to improve like crazy. And the reason for this is very simple. Biceps will almost always be a huge weak link on one-arm chin-ups or pull-ups or any bodyweight exercise that requires a high degree of absolute strength. This also includes one-arm weighted pull-ups and chin-ups. And that's why lockouts can be so difficult. Your lats might be able to get you to the 50% point, but if your biceps aren't strong enough to not curl yourself to the top, but hold yourself, because you will feel that contraction like crazy. It's like doing this, but you're freaking floating in the air. If you can't handle that, well, you'll fail the rep. So building up to this lift forces them to grow. They can't be as much of a weak link as they used to be. And so growth is pretty much guaranteed. I would say that 80% of those who can do one-arm chin-up have amazing biceps, if not comparable to natural bodybuilders. There are your exceptions, your torso-dominant lifters, those with bicep genetics, and you're looking at one of them. But let's keep it real. Most people who could do 4 to 5 one-arm chin-ups or even a single repetition, weighing between 160 and 200 pounds, have big biceps. And you probably will too if you can get to that point. And if not, even if you get to doing the negatives or assisted with a finger or two, that in itself will still give you all kinds of gains. It's like me saying, oh, you gotta be an advanced lifter in order to be buff, when the truth is, if you put on your first 10 pounds of muscle, you're already gonna look pretty big, especially if you're lean enough. So getting half of the way there, like Greg Doucette's always talking about, might be enough to have arms that look absolutely amazing. And I don't think that part is unrealistic. The next thing I want to talk about is the shredded aspect to this. Because let me say another truth. If you're fat or extremely fluffy, good luck getting a single repetition, because it's like doing a weighted one-arm chin-up. For example, I've suspended 20 pounds and did 1 repetition in the 160s. So that would make my actual max total weight-wise 180 something. I don't remember the exact amount. Guess what? If I'm full on bear mode, as in being 20% body fat, I probably can't do the exercise. And if I could, it's going to be an extreme grinder, very comparable to going weighted at a lighter body weight. So what I will say is this exercise keeps you in check, because usually, even if you're very strong, not only at vertical pose in general, but you can already do one-arm chins, having extra body fat will 100% of the time compromise your performance. It is never to your advantage in this situation. Like, being shredded might actually be better even if you're slightly weaker overall. So your body weight is a significant factor in this discussion. And 9 out of 10 times, you'll be between 5 to 10 pounds away from your leanest state ever. And so if you've been doing all the progressions, you're maxing out on weighted pull-ups, you have big biceps, you are an advanced jack guy, but you still can't do one-arm pull-up or chin, maybe you should take your shirt off, look in the mirror, and see, oh, I'm carrying all kinds of fat. I don't have a 29-inch waist. I don't feel some titanium action over here, the ridges in the six-pack. Nah, I got a cut for next month, and maybe even longer, because most of us are way fluffier than we realize. That's what it takes to do one-arm chins easily. You gotta be freaking lean. Otherwise, most will fail. It's as simple as that. The heaviest I've ever been while getting clean form was 177 pounds. Now that I'm in the 150s, the leanest I've ever been in my adult life, even without training the exercise a single time. They're that much easier. Why? Because I'm damn near shredded, if not already there. And so this is merely a test of what already existed. I just stripped off the fat that was masking the true gains. And the same goes for buys, by the way. You might not have the best insertions, but I guarantee you that if you're really lean and you're doing one-arm chins, you're going to see the separation, the popping. It'll look much better when you flex, and when you do the exercise, you look like a fucking tank. So that is worth it for your psychology as well. All right, so going back a bit, remember this. You're going to build your size through the volume work, the variations, the assisted stuff. Then the final test is the one-arm chin. That is the 1 rep max. And so it can also be used for a weighted pull-up replacement if you're going all out. Let me also say this. If you finally unlock the one-arm chin up and continue to include it in your program, it's almost guaranteed to always be strong at weighted pull-ups. This is a percentage game. This is brute strength. And unlike the one-arm push-ups, which are completely overrated and so fucking easy to do, most people that I've seen seem to get it in less than a year of training, this is the cream of the crop, the best of the best. And just maintaining that keeps you in check for everything else. You're gonna be strong as fuck when you do lat pull downs. You're gonna be strong weighted pull-ups. You're gonna be good at front levers. You're gonna be good at all the pulls. Like, this is the general strength king exercise that balances you out on everything. Provided that you're not a skinny weighing 120 pounds and that's why you're able to do them. No, you're jacked. You put on 20 to 30 pounds of lean tissue and you're doing these, man, you're set for life. Provided that you can always do them. Anyway, let's finish off this video with a bonus point. Did you know that this exercise is one of the best ways of assessing muscular imbalances? In fact, you can create them intentionally by doing these. So let's say you can do 3 reps on your left arm and 1 on your right. What would I tell you to do? Stop training the left arm for a little bit. Only do one side, and what you'll find is that you'll still be strong at the left arm because there seems to be some weird nervous system connection, but now the right side of your back will be corrected, and so will the forearm and bicep that's corresponding. So this is one of the best and simplest ways of doing it. Much more feasible than doing Jefferson deadlifts or trying to alter your form significantly on other exercises. Like, this pretty much does it for you automatically. It's your own body weight after all. And then finally, one-arm chin-ups will bulletproof your tendons. You start doing conventional deads with the mixed grip, the concern of tearing a bicep greatly goes down because you've experienced a bent arm with your entire body weight. And then the grip strength you develop, the intense stretching action, it's overall going to be beneficial. The only potential con I could think of would be the elbow, but we can argue that itself is strengthening by constantly getting better at these. So if that is a concern for you, do the gymnastic ring version. This way you get proper rotation in, which is much easier on the joints. But overall, I would say that if you get strong at this exercise, you are reducing the chance of getting snapped up on other back exercises because it makes you so resilient and strong. With that said, guys, that's all I got for you today. So I hope that you start treating this exercise seriously, like a competition movement, see how far you're able to go, and I'm sure you won't regret all the progressions that you go through. So enjoy the gains. I'll talk to you all in the next video.